Today, we are going to dive into something extraordinary yet surprisingly attainable: physical transformation. You see, the realm of physical change is surrounded by myths and complexities. Let's demystify it today. Dramatic transformations do not need dramatic measures. It is a series of small, consistent actions driven by a transformative mindset. To be clear, I'm not talking here about a diet fad or a 10 days fitness challenge. This is an overhaul, a permanent upgrade of your lifestyle. Think of it less as a temporary fix and more like the process of sculpting a masterpiece, your masterpiece. So where do we start? Your roadmap is as important as your journey. Here is how you lay out the foundations. The first thing you need to focus on is your mindset. You need to shift from old routines to new ones. For that, you need to get motivated. And to get motivated, I would start with the following. There is a Chinese proverb which goes like, "It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war." Here is an excerpt from the newsletter of Professor Scott Galloway. Be mentally and physically warriors. Lift heavy weights and run long distances in the gym and in your mind. You should be able to walk into a room and believe you could overpower, outrun, or outlast every person in the room. There is tons of material available online. You need to find out what inspires you, and then you have to spend a lot of time with that material. Consuming information about fitness, being healthy, exercise routine, workout plans, nutrition, when it will keep you motivated, keep you get going. The more time you spend with this information, the more you understand. And the more you understand, the more motivated you are to take the actions that you need to take in order to be fit. Personally, I have got a lot of inspiration by listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. He has guests from all over the world, top athletes, MMA fighters, coaches, and they share their tips and their lessons from like how they got to really high levels. And if you spend a lot of time, 2-3 hours every day listening to that stuff, it's easy to get inspired. It's easy to get motivated. Other people like Andrew Huberman, Jocko Willink, Professor Scott Galloway, these are the guys I really admire and see as a role model for a lot of young people. All of them are super jacked. I love that they train and work out every day. It's a permanent part of their life, and that I find really, really inspiring for me personally. The next thing you need to do is set up a goal. It's not a random ambition. You must really identify what do you want to achieve. Is it weight loss? Is it muscle gain? Is it getting stronger? Is it running a marathon? Is it preparing for some other sports event? Neurologically speaking, a clearly defined goal activates the prefrontal cortex, the executive center of the brain. This activation helps in creating pathways for motivation and execution. Let's talk today about weight loss because this is one problem majority of the people are facing. Okay, let's get into it. 1 kg of fat is equal to 7,000 kilocalories. If you have a 700 kilocalorie deficit every day, it will take you 10 days to get rid of 1 kg of fat. That's not a promise. It's mathematical inevitability. Put it this way. Would you invest 10 days to permanently change how you look in the mirror? I bet you would. So what exactly do you need to do here? First of all, you need to calculate how much calories are you eating. You need to calculate what is your basal metabolic rate. That means how much calories is your body burning when at rest. Let's take an example. A person who is 180 centimeter or almost 6 feet tall and weighs around 78 kilogram, that person would have a basal metabolic rate of 1906 kilocalories. This is the amount of calorie your body will burn no matter what. You need to have a calorie deficit. That means you should burn more calories compared to your calorie intake. If you're taking in 2,000 calories every day and you want to cut down weight, then you should burn 2,600 to 3,000 calories. to get that into that calorie deficit. Let's focus on the figure of 700 kilocalorie. That makes it a bit easy to do the calculations. If you have a calorie deficit of 700 calories per day, in 10 days, you can lose 1 kg. And in 30 days, in 1 month, you can lose 3 kgs. In 2 months, you can lose up to 6 kilograms. And that would completely change how you look and how you feel. Every cell in our body, from brain to the muscles, is affected by what we eat. It's not just fuel, it's the building block of our being. Delve into the alchemy of macros. Protein is for repair and growth. Carb serves as a ready source of fuel. Fat serves as a sustained form of energy and hormonal regulation. You must know exactly what you are eating. You must know the exact proportions of your macros, protein, carbs, and fats. For weight loss, you must eat as much protein as possible and as less carbs as possible. You must avoid all forms of processed food, unhealthy snacks, and carbonated drinks. They are just not good for you. They are increasing your calorie budget and do not sufficiently provide you the ingredients that your body needs. I would share a tip with you based on my personal experience. The quickest and best way for weight loss is fasting. That means eat maximum 2 meals a day, also within the window of 6 to 8 hours. You don't need to eat 3 to 4 times a day. Plus, there are a lot of benefits of fasting that you will observe when you try it. Mainly, it improves focus and alertness, so you can perform even better at work or any other activities that you are pursuing. You can prepare some recipes that you really like and just eat them every day. Toto Wolff eats the same food every day. Alex Hormozi eats the same breakfast and lunch every day. I eat the same breakfast and lunch every day because it's simple. It removes decision fatigue. You know what you are eating, you know the exact proportions, you know your macros, and you know it keeps you healthy and in shape. There are 3 kinds of physical activities one can do to achieve weight loss. Let's start with weightlifting. Weightlifting is not just about burning calories, it's about getting stronger and better. You must aim 4 sessions a week, lasting over an hour per session. You could burn approximately 200 kilocalories during a medium-range weightlifting session. If you're starting with weightlifting, I would highly recommend to get some tips and advice from somebody experienced. It's very important to understand the movements, especially the multi-joint movements, the compound movements, such as bench press, squats, and deadlifts. Because if you do not understand them properly or do in an improper way, it could hurt you and lead to injury. And that means you will be demotivated. If you are already a beginner and want to move to the intermediate level, you must focus on progressive overload. That means you must see and try every few weeks to increase the weights, even a few kg. According to the research, it takes around 66 days to rewire your brain. That means if you keep on doing something, starting a new habit, it will take around 2 months that your body starts anticipating it and then offers you reward in the form of dopamine. So the point is, be consistent. Do not try it only for a few days. You must keep going. There are no tangible results in weight loss or in weightlifting. For weight loss, we focus on zone 2 cardio. That means maintaining a heartbeat of 70 to 80% of your maximum. How can you do that? You can use stationary bike for that, or you can use inclined treadmill. You can set your treadmill to 12 or to 15 and incline position and just do a slow walk 5 to 6 kilometers per hour. When you run fast or your heartbeat is maximum at 100%, your body uses carbs as fuel source. When you are in zone 2 cardio, your body uses fat as fuel source. So that means you are burning more fat in this activity. Walking is also a good zone 2 exercise. You can also do jogging. Keep a pace at which you are able to talk to someone. This is the standard or a measure you could use for zone 2 cardio. Yoga, a blend of strength, flexibility, and mindfulness. It could also burn around 100 to 200 calories depending on the duration. Try to do 4 sessions a week. They could vary from 20 to 30 minutes depending on your schedule. Many people struggle to find time for working out. I mean, you have to think about this. You could squeeze it into your day schedule, but that's really hard and you have to schedule it in between your work or other activities. My advice to you would be do it first thing in the morning. That way you get it out of your way. You always allocate some time for yourself in the morning and then start your day. It also energizes you, gives you a positive vibe for the day, and you could be really, really productive. This is not only my opinion, but also based on a lot of science and supported by evidence. Don't think of it as a chore. Think of it as the highest form of self-respect. Invest a couple of weeks in researching nutrition. Then employ a few weeks in understanding different workouts and what is more suitable for you. From here on, you are looking at 8 weeks block of meticulous tracking. You must write down all the calories that you are eating and draft up a plan for your workout schedule. Integrate into your daily routine. You need to change your habits. In this 8 weeks block, avoid eating out. You just don't know what is exactly the true ingredients of the food that you're eating from outside. This isn't tedious, it's meditative. It's an investment in your future self. The rewards are manifold. I'm not just talking about looking into the mirror and loving what you see, though it's also really great, but I'm talking about the upgrades that it brings in your life. Your health is your most precious asset. Beyond that, the sense of accomplishment, newfound confidence, and the improved cognitive functions. It's a holistic transformation. Strength isn't just lifting heavy weights. It's lifting yourself every single day in every possible way. So let's sum it up. Physical transformation is more than skin deep. It's a fusion of willpower, science, and soul. Your body is the ultimate display of determination, discipline, and sheer audacity to aim for excellence. I cannot emphasize it enough how empowering it is to harness your physiology to sculpt your own destiny. Thank you so much for watching. If you find value in it, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.